Imagine the Korean Peninsula is about to sign a monumentous treaty. Imagine the president, his entire cabinet, and the vast majority of South Korea's top-ranking political leaders all gathering at the National Assembly Procedure House to bear witness to this new era of peace. Now imagine Designated Survivor's 60 Days is the political thriller that follows such a terrorist attack. Hello YouTube, my name is Marie and today we are talking about Designated Survivor's 60 Days. It's a full season review, but there will be no spoilers. Our male lead begins the series as the Minister of Environmental something or other. He's an honest man of science who really has no interest in political games, but due to some circumstances, he ends up being the only survivor of the terrorist attack, the only survivor of the ruling party. So based on Korea's constitution, he is now next in line to be sworn in as Korea's acting prime minister during this time of crisis, and he will have a term of 60 days up until the next election. And now he has to quickly adapt to his new role, having to navigate the threat of war, conspiracy, and most terrifying of all, the whims of the public. If you know me, I don't generally gravitate towards political dramas. I find them to get really bogged down by details and I truly just think they're a bit boring. So for my first pro, I kind of want to change how you guys think about this show. It's not a show about politics. This is a character study showing how individuals react to the many different elements of politics. And through the perspective of our characters, specifically our male lead, we discuss really critical questions like, does the end justify the means? Or should the public always have the right to know sensitive information when the larger national security is at stake? Should those who enjoy power have power? And these questions are presented to you through really genius storytelling techniques. My favorites being the through line throughout the entire show to the acting president's shoes and the metaphor going on there, and then also what the actual president's desk symbolizes. I thought those two were really great. And so arguably the acting president is the character that gets the most amount of development. He is definitely not the same character at the end than he is in the beginning, and that is something I always really appreciate. But the complete standout stars for me, the most memorable part of this show, large cast of supporting characters. There are so many of them, I can't give everybody the highlight that they deserve, but some of my favorites were the Blue House staff. I love how they had such a great and fun dynamic together. They're not afraid to challenge each other. It's a really good working environment, but they also had my favorite trope of like kind of becoming a found family, and I just it was so good. So there's the Blue House staff, and then we've got NIS agents who are investigating the terrorist attack itself, and then we also have oppositional party leader. Because we have so many characters, it's a really balanced show gender-wise. Another major positive for me is that absolutely nothing in this series is spoon-fed to you. Because our male lead is the one that gets the most obvious character development, the development that our secondary characters or our supporting cast get is really short but powerful. If you blink, you might miss something that is a crucial hint to someone's motivation or backstory, and it will be truly your loss if you miss it. Another pro is the music. I think the score is very powerful. It definitely serves to heighten the tension. we are going to move into some of my negatives or my cons. I only have 2, and both of them are kind of nitpicky points. I recognize that they're pretty nitpicky, but because I think the show is operating at such a high level, I think the things that bother me stand out more in contrast to everything else that I think is doing it so well. So the first one is I don't like how often they slow down a scene. I understand that this is a filming device that's supposed to add intensity and create suspense, but I really hated it when it was used in moments of dialogue. Like, slow-mo is great when characters are walking down a hallway and they look super badass and they're like suits and the music's really powerful and stuff and you feel like they're getting down to business. Like, that's great. Like, I like that, and that I think really adds tension and adds suspense, and like you're really in the moment with them. But if it's just 2 people sitting there talking and they slow the scene down and you have to really wait for our male lead to respond, usually it is the acting president that you have to wait a long time to hear him respond. I didn't like it at all, because I just kept thinking, like, if anyone were to take that long to respond to me, if I were talking to them, I'd be like, are you okay? Are you a bit slow? Like, what's going on in that head? Like, did you not hear me? Really slow down bits of dialogue, I did not enjoy. And lastly, when we find out the mastermind behind the attack, I didn't find it very satisfying, because I don't know if I quite believed it. Like, I feel like they chose this person because it was a bit of an unexpected choice. I remember early on in the series I thought he could have done it, but then throughout watching it I was like, no, it doesn't really fit. I don't see the motivation for him to do it. And then they kind of try and really explain it all at the end, and I just don't feel like enough foreshadowing happened. Like, I don't feel like there was enough clues, or I didn't question myself more. Like, there are certain characters that all throughout the show I was questioning, and I was really torn with myself, like, oh, he could have done it or she could have done it, but no, I really like them, so I don't want them to be the culprit. Like, this sort of tug-of-war is really engaging, and I did not feel that with the actual culprit. Maybe if I go back to rewatch it and I can pick up on the breadcrumbs more, knowing the ending, maybe I'll have a different opinion. But for my first watch through, I just didn't think that it was explained enough, or maybe we just weren't given enough time to really reflect and like settle in with the information that they were the one that did it. Now we're gonna move on to my overall rating, and that is a 5 out of 5 stars. This is a fantastic political thriller with lovable characters. This is the political thriller that will make people who don't like political thrillers enjoy the show. Like, hey guys, that's everything for me. I hope you guys have a good day and a good night. Bye!